Hello again, guys. So here we are for another expedition out onto Dartmoor, and it's off to a bad start already. My phone inexplicably decided to tell me that it was wet and can't be charged, even though yesterday it had been sat on my desk all day, completely dry. Plugged the charger into it and it's moaning that moisture has been detected and it won't charge. So in a bit of a pickle in that regard. I wiped my phone in an attempt to try and fix it if it was some kind of software issue, reinstalled everything, but forgot to reinstall my AllTrails app, which is what I've been using for GPS, which might bite me in the backside. I'm going to periodically check, see if I've got any signal to get it put back on. So I've got map and compass though. I think I remember how to use a map and compass, so we should be all right. Oh, I haven't said where we are. So I've just left Post Bridge. Kind of see it behind me there. I've never been here before, at least to the best of my knowledge. And I am now striking out in at least what I think is the right direction. My goal is to get to Fur today. That might be a bridge too far. We're going to see how it goes. I've started later than I wanted to on account of all the aggro with my phone. So it's currently about 1:30 in the afternoon. But look at the weather. This is the nicest weather I've had for a few weeks, so that bodes well. What doesn't is how wet it's been these last few weeks, so I am envisaging a lot of bogs, and if the very beginning of this path is anything to go by, it's going to be a wet one. Right, I'm just trudging through some mud at a minute, so let me get somewhere more interesting and then I'll come back to you. Right, I'm down out of the wind a little bit. I've got something new. I've got a few new bits of kit this week, but one of them is I've picked up a foam cover for my GoPro, and hopefully it's going to help with the wind a little bit. From the videos I've seen of people using them, it doesn't kind of completely cut the wind out, but it stops it being so obnoxious. I do have a dedicated mic, but I haven't worked out how to rig it up yet. I think I need a medium mod or something for the GoPro to do that. So this was only about £10, so hopefully it will be, you know, a good stand-in until I can get some proper windproof audio sorted, because I think doing these types of videos is pretty essential. So, you know what I said about it being wet? Yeah, I wasn't wrong. I mean, I'm barely a kilometre in to this hike, and it is soaking, absolutely soaking. I mean, it's not surprising given how much rain we've had, but yeah, need to see how that's going to cut into my kind of progress. Fur Tour's about 8 kilometres from here, so you know, as the crow flies, or walking that on a path, it's nothing. 8k, I'd do that in an hour and a half maybe, but yeah, boggy, wet, it's going to take longer, but who cares, because look where we are. Look at this. It's all ancient, well, I think they're ancient walls anyway. They look ancient, God knows how long they've been here. But yeah, it's pretty cool. So I looked at the route quite a bit on AllTrails before I headed out, so I've got a reasonably good idea of where I need to go. I'm heading to the river, which is down there, and that accounted for, you know, maybe 1/2 to 2/3 of the total distance out there was walking along the river. So at least for the time being, I'm gonna get closer to the river, follow it through this valley, and see where that takes us. Catch up with you in a bit. So I think I've made my first navigational error of the day. Nice one, Ryan. We're about 1 kilometre in. Well, because I knew that I needed to follow the river, I've got down to the river and I'm following it, but that means that I've got down so close to it that I'm kind of following the contours of the river, which is just making the distance further. And it's wet as hell, which makes sense because we're right down the valley, so all the water that's been coming down and will still be draining off the moors for ages is arriving here. It's soaking. So what I'm going to do is attempt to get up here. I'm just going to stay kind of within sight of the river, so I know where it is and I know that I'm going the right way, but it's probably going to be easier going up there. I should have stayed a bit higher, but hey ho, live and learn. Once I've got myself out of this boggy valley, I might stop for a coffee. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. See you in a bit. Okay, so I just almost soiled myself. Been crossing these rivers. There's like these feeder streams. Well, I say streams. That, hey, look at them. They're pretty decent rivers coming down. I've had to cross a bunch of them to kind of keep going in the direction I want to go. Knowing my luck, there's probably a really easy place to cross further uphill, but sod it. Anyway, I was walking along here, and then look at this. Oh, scary. I don't know, it's just water underneath a layer of bog, and my foot started going through it because I wanted to go over to that waterfall. But you know what? Sod it. I'd rather stay. Oh my god. This whole area. Oh, this is. My heart is just going bub 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 because this whole area is like a trampoline. Oh, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Oh my god. Right, retreat. Head for the high ground, I think. Whoa. Yeah, next time you see me, I might be a lot wetter than I am now. Signing out. Hopefully I'll be back in a bit. Oh, right, I've escaped that bog. Yeah, that was a real cock up, navigation wise. So I've been going for about an hour and a half now and I've not got very far, as you can see, because I came from there, went along, and I went up to somewhere along there, like one of those walls, and then I decided to cut down to the river. That was a really bad idea, but never mind, live and learn. It was fun. Got to see those nice little waterfalls, so that was cool. Had to throw myself across a river. I was contemplating trying to do it with my pack on, but thought better of it in the end, so lobbed my pack over the river and then took a running jump. I should have filmed it thinking back, but it probably wasn't a pretty sight, but maybe would have been good for humour reasons. But the good news is I'm on a path now, and I think this tracks out along, like through the valley now. I can see what looks like a path at least going out in the distance there, so that's good. Means should be able to cover some decent ground as long as this path lasts, so hopefully I can make up a bit of time. So the goal is Fur Tour. I'm just gonna sort of play it by ear as I go, because it's not too far, but if I keep encountering bogs like that one, I'm really gonna get slowed down. So yeah, I mean, sunset's at around 9 o'clock, so I can go until 8 PM. That's the, I guess when it gets to 7, I'll be thinking what I need to do. If I'm within, you know, within striking distance of Fur Tour, I'll head on to it, but if it's still a ways off, I will find somewhere else to camp. Ah, cool. Well, I need a coffee, so that's next priority, is probably get another kilometre or so in, just so I can get a bit of distance going, and then I'm going to stop, have myself a coffee, maybe a little snack, and I'm going to put some sun cream on, because last time I was out hiking in the sun I got sunburnt. It's not mega sunny, but yeah. So a little pit stop, probably in about a kilometre's time. I'll see you then. Oh, so next problem. Oh, let's sort that out. So remember when I said I neglected to get my map app sorted? I've also forgotten to bring the right bit of map. I chopped my OS map up stupidly because I thought, hey, I'll save 100 grams of weight, but I've forgotten to bring the right piece for where I am. And I've got this bleeding thing to get across. Now, I've been walking up and down and I don't see anywhere to cross. So I'm not 100% sure what to do here, because I mean there's people over the other side, but I'm not quite sure how they got there. I've been sat for a few minutes thinking about just, you know, taking my boots off and wading through it, but that is running really fast. I don't know how deep it is, you know, because I want to camp out tonight, and I'm just thinking if I go over, I'm not worried about dying or anything. It's not like that, but I think the chances of me, you know, losing my footing and going over in the water are probably quite high, which means my pack is just going to get drenched and everything in it, which is going to mean no more camp tonight. I'd imagine if it hadn't been so wet, this river probably isn't quite as fierce as it is at the moment, but I'm not quite sure what to do. I mean, there could be a crossing. I really don't know. And because I've got no form of map, I know where I am. I'm not worried about being lost as such. I can get back to the car, no problem at all. But I don't know which way to go. It's going to be a gamble. I'm thinking if I head back the way I came, I don't think it's going to be any better, in all honesty. So part of me is thinking to perhaps go up over that hill. Problem is I need to be going that way. That's where Fur Tour is. It's in that direction somewhere. I don't know. This is not ideal. I think I'm gonna head up, try and get some high ground, see if I can get a lay of the land, maybe even get some phone signal so I can download my map. Oh, but one good thing though, I remembered to download my audiobook, so that's fine, don't panic in that regard. We've got something to listen to, we just got no fucking idea where we are, or where we need to go. It's probably more accurate. Ooh, I'm not going in there, that's for sure. This place is just one big bog. I read about it being boggy. I thought, can't be that bad, surely. Oh boy, it's bad. Oh. Right. Yeah. Never a dull moment on Ryan's Wild Camps, that's for sure. Right, I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so I'm heading up the river. Hoping there's going to be somewhere to cross it. I'm going on the assumption that all the people that are walking along there must be able to cross over somewhere, unless they're all, you know, not coming over in this direction. I don't know. Likelihood of getting to Fathom today is lessening by the minute at the moment, which is annoying, but I've only got myself to blame. Did not, you know, fail to plan to fail and all that. But I'll still be camping out tonight. It just might not be where I thought I was going to. I just can't get over that river. I just don't think I can do it without getting soaked. You know, not that, as I said before, not that I mind getting wet. It's just, that's gonna be it for this trip if I go in the drink. So yeah, I'm gonna keep going this way, see if we can get across, and if we can, then we'll carry on pushing towards Fathom. Although it is starting to dawn on me now that without a map and without, you know, a map app on my phone, how am I gonna bloody know where Fathom is? Oh dear, what a pickle. Anyway, I'm gonna keep going. See you in a bit. Okay guys, quick update. Fathom, yeah, abort mission. I'm not getting there. Well, not without a map. I sound like such an idiot, I really do. Out on Dartmoor without a map, what a knob end. But yeah, Fathom is on the other side of this river, and beautiful as it is, it's too high, it's too fast. I'm not going to risk crossing over it. Yeah, is what it is. But we're still going to camp out. Not quite sure where. Obviously I'm going by vision, really, just by eye at the moment, because again, no map, so I can't really, you know, point for somewhere and aim for it. So I'm just going to walk for a little bit, probably walk for another hour or two up the river, keep going that way, and see what we come across. Absolute worst case, there's a couple of nice flat spots by the river, kind of back along the way I came. So I think that's current fallback position. It'd be a bit noisy by the river, but it looked nice and flat, and it didn't look too boggy either. So that's a possibility. And definitely tomorrow, when I head back, I'm going to stay up out of the valley, because down there by the river, it's so hard going. It's just so boggy, so wet. It's taken me ages to get here, whereas if I'd cut up over the top, probably would have been in better shape. But never mind, it's, you know, still, it sun's out, it's not all bad. I'm just going to sit here and have my coffee, probably have a bit of chocolate, and then crack on again. See you in a bit. Hi, so I've picked a spot. I've walked up and down Stretcher River a couple of times, and this feels like the best one. A lot of it's quite wet, so this was the best place I could find that had a good balance of not being too wet, being reasonably out of the wind. And also, what's nice up here, further down the river, the river was very noisy because there was lots of little waterfalls and things. Up here it's a lot quieter, but this is where we are. The river coming down. It's a bit breezy when I stand up. I was sat on that rock, and kind of here is where I'm going to be pitching. It's a bit lower down, so it should have some reasonable shelter from the wind. That's the hope anyway. One plus point, don't have to worry about water. Got loads of it right here. And I've also just realised to rub salt into the many wounds of today that I've left my red wine at home. Ah, gutted. Oh well, it's not the end of the world. Just I look forward to a little glug of red wine after a hard day's hike. But got plenty of food, and I've got a dessert today. Excited about that. So yeah, it's about 6 o'clock at the minute. I am just going to chill out for about an hour, I think. Probably make up a coffee, warm up a bit, sit and just chill out, watch the river, and when it gets to around 7, I'll probably start putting up camp then, because we are technically kind of right on the path here, such as it is, but it'll be alright. Right then, the tent is all set up. Yeah, I just wanted to go through a couple of the new bits of kit that I picked up between the last camp and this one. So I already mentioned the foam cover for the GoPro. Hopefully that's going to help with the wind noise, but I'll have to wait and see until I edit the video to see how much of an effect that's had. So the next thing is I got this this piece of tarp. It only cost about £12 from Amazon, and you know, whilst I like the Phoxx 2 tent, for the money I think it's a really nice little tent, but it hasn't got a lot of room to do anything but really sleep in, which is fine. But I've been finding that when I get changed, so I'm going to put my warm clothes on in a bit, and it's just hard. It's hard to do it without getting wet feet, because I've got nowhere to stand that's dry. So yeah, as I said, it cost about £12. It weighs I think it's about 100 grams, and it packs up tiny, so I thought that was a good thing to get, because I can put it down outside the tent as I have now, so I've got somewhere to dry to stand when I haven't got my boots on. And also, you know, if I'm just stopping for cuppa or something while I'm out and about. Again, somewhere dry for me to sit, which is great. One of the other things I got, this isn't really useful per se, but it's an anemometer. Every camp I've been on, it's been windy. I haven't known what the wind speeds are. It's more for, you know, just my curiosity than anything else. But this thing tells me what the wind speed is, and it also tells me the temperature as well. Let me turn it on a sec. So yeah, oh, we get some wind. Oh, there we go. There's a bit of wind. So we are sheltered here, but I went up on top of the hill there, and it was about 10 miles an hour, the wind at the moment, so not too bad. Not too bad at all, but it'll be useful in future because I've been battered by the wind in the past, and it'd be nice to know if I'm getting battered by 20 mile an hour winds or 40 mile an hour winds. So the last bit of kit that I got, and this is my favourite addition, is I got myself a chair because I'm getting fed up of sitting on the ground and wet rocks. So I picked this one up for myself, the Helinox Chair Zero. It was a little bit pricey, I've got to say. It was over £100, but it packs up really small. It weighs less than, I think it's just under 500 grams that it weighs. And I've had a little sit in it, and it's really nice. The only downside with it currently is the ground's so wet, so it sinks into the ground a little bit. But horses for courses, I could find a bit of a firmer patch for it, which I'll probably do in a moment. But yeah, it's pretty comfy. It's kind of a nice distance off of the ground. It's not too low, so I'm going to be able to sit down and, you know, eat my tea later on in comfort, looking out over the river. So yeah, I'm pretty much all set up now. It's just coming up on 8 o'clock, so I think I'm gonna have some food at around 8:30, I think. So yeah, a little bit more chilling out now. The sun's starting to go down. Obviously it's over the top of the hill, but I might try and nip up there and get a bit of a time lapse going of the sunset, seeing as the last couple of camps I've done, it's been very foggy, very murky and overcast, so it's nice to have some clear skies. Alright, I'm going to do that and I'll catch up with you in a bit. Okay, so on the menu tonight, and I guess in the morning, yeah, sponsored by Expedition Foods this week. Well, I say sponsored as in I went with all Expedition Foods. So we've got chicken tikka with rice for tea. One of the things I like about the Expedition Foods is they do different sizes. So they calorie wise, they do, I think it's a 450, 800 and 1000. So I've gone with the 800. I had the 1000 last time and it was just a little bit too much, so I'm hoping 800 will hit the spot. And we've got custard with apple for dessert, so we'll see how that goes. Haven't tried any of these before, so it's going to be a bit of an experiment. And then in the morning we've got granola and raspberries. I've only had one so far, the spaghetti bolognese, which I really liked. So I guess after today and tomorrow morning we'll know if that's a fluke or whether they're generally pretty good. I am getting pretty hungry now, and the sun is going to be going down soon, so I think what I'll do is get some food on and get set up for a bit of a time lapse and see if we can capture something of the sunset. Morning. I had actually a pretty good night last night, no wind, little tiny bit of rain at one point, but hardly anything really. So I think I dropped off at about 11 o'clock and I slept through to about 4:30, which is, I think, my best night's sleep so far. And just snoozed for a couple of hours. It's just coming up to 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm in the middle of packing up. Kind of just got a few last bits, rehydrating my breakfast, so I'm just gonna eat that, which is the granola and raspberries. I'll let you know in a bit how that goes, but pretty much got a coffee, eat my breakfast, drink my coffee, pack the rest of my bits in, and then we'll be off. Okie doke, here we go, all done. I guess I'll stick with convention, so that's where we were camped. So nothing left behind, all looks good. I've had a little scout round. There was some other rubbish around here, so I've picked that up as well. Drop that off in the bin when I get back to Postbridge. Got my coffee. I couldn't get it all down me and I wanted to get moving, so I'm just gonna drink this as I walk along the trail. So main thing for the walk back is I'm gonna be heading up away from the river, not make the mistake I did yesterday and pretty much just cut off a big corner. So I had about 3.5 hours of traveling to get to this campsite. I'm hoping it should be about half that to get back to the car. So the extent of my navigational cock up has truly been realised this morning, because I'm nearly back at Postbridge. I'm maybe 10 minutes away, and to get to here from where I was camped has taken me 45 minutes. So if we call it an hour, be generous. It took me 3.5/4 hours to get to that campsite yesterday. It took me an hour to get back, all because I made the mistake of going down to the river and trying to walk along the river itself. Huge bog, really difficult to pass. But never mind. Plus side means I'm back at the car earlier. Get home, maybe get myself a cheeky, no, I won't get a cheeky Mackie D's on the way back. Just had that bloody granola. No, but I might get myself a coffee. I think I deserve that at least. So, yep, I'm a little bit disappointed. Today didn't go as well as it could have done. Well, today and yesterday, but still happy I've done it. Ended up being a nice camp. Bit wet this morning, but I'd rather it on the way back to the car than on the way out. So Fur Tour will just have to be left for another trip, another adventure. So I'm going to trundle my way back to the car now, get all this wet gear off. But thanks a lot for watching. As always, I hope you've enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next video. Take it easy.